Me, 20-year-old female, and my roommate, 21-year-old female, have not been getting along very well since moving in together earlier this year, but we had our first blow-up fight just a couple days ago. I don't like her because she's always eating my food and using my makeup. She even ruined one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes that has been discontinued, so I can't even get another one. She doesn't like me because she thinks I'm trying to get with her boyfriend. I'm gay. Our blow-up fight was on Friday last week. I was planning on going to a party at a friend's house, so I was in an admittedly skimpy outfit when I found out my palette was ruined. I was so angry, so I confronted her right then. She again accused me of trying to get with her boyfriend because 1, I was making her look bad in front of him, and 2, because of my outfit. She accused me of this right in front of him. For the millionth time, I reminded her that although I dress very femininely, I am a homosexual. I went to the party, got really drunk, came home and crashed. The next morning I woke up and went to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth, and I looked in the mirror and my eyelashes were cut short. I was so angry that I immediately went to the living room where she was and started yelling at her, not even noticing that her parents were there at first. Apparently they had stopped by for a visit that day on their way to a wedding. As soon as her mum found out what happened, she flew off the handle and started yelling at my roommate too. Get this, when she was in high school, she and her little sister got into a fight, and she cut off her little sister's eyelashes while she slept. This isn't the first time she's done this. They told her that they were cutting her monthly allowance and that her expenses would be limited to groceries and school-related things, no eating out or doing anything fun, until my eyelashes grew back. As soon as her parents left, she started yelling at me for getting her in trouble with them. I just told her that she was crazy and went to my room. I stayed at a friend's house that night, and the next day I bought and installed a deadbolt on my bedroom door. I talked to my other roommates, and while they agree what she did was crazy, they think that I could have waited until her parents weren't there, and that I did it again by confronting her in front of her parents right after confronting her in front of her boyfriend. They also say that I can just wear false eyelashes until they grow out again since I wear makeup every day anyways. I feel like they're completely dismissing the severity of her actions. She snuck into my room at night with a pair of scissors. What if I had shifted in my sleep and she had cut my eyelid, or worse, my eye? The thought of her sneaking into my room while I slept with a sharp object makes me shiver. Now I spend most of my time either out of the house and away from her, or in my room with the deadbolt locking my door. I don't feel safe in my home even a week later. Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You could actually press charges for attack for this, and frankly, given her utter lack of remorse, I would. She will absolutely only get worse. Do you share a bedroom, or is it a shared common space with private bedrooms? I'd start locking up absolutely everything you can. I wouldn't be surprised if she retaliates. I think it's fantastic that you called her on this in front of her parents, especially since you didn't know they were there. They need to know who they're supporting financially. If you're at a university and this is campus housing, you should also inform the university of her behaviour. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Holy shoot, your roommate is insane. Who goes into someone's room, hovers over them while they sleep, and cuts their eyelashes? What the ever-loving frick? I would feel so violated. She attacked you in your sleep and called her out, rightly so, in front of her parents, and she had the gall to be mad at you? What's she going to do next? You could press charges or get a restraining order. That girl needs hardcore therapy and to not live with roommates until she can figure out how to appropriately deal with her emotions. Comment 3. I truly wish this is fake, because who does that? Okay, let me tell you why your friends are dismissing it. It is because they are 20. As a former young person, I truly believe in my past self that I would have said something similar. However, as an adult with a developed brain, I know that your roommate is a psychopath. No one ever does that like ever. Also, as a supernormal person, when I get angry, I cry like every other normal person. Not the idiot, do not live with her. Now for the next story. I, 30-year-old female, recently moved to a new state over the spring, and luckily have become fairly well acquainted with some of my new neighbours, one of them being Jess, 36-year-old female. For some context, Jess and her husband share a car. Jess is a stay-at-home mum and normally has their car during the day while her husband is at work. She runs errands, does pick up and drop off for their 4-year-old who goes to pre-K. Well, recently Jess's husband was promoted at his job, and this requires him to drive to several different stores, no company vehicle, so he is using the car now. I was not aware, but apparently today was his first day in his new role, and she was without a car to get her son from school. I too am a stay-at-home mum, but my daughter was home sick from school today with a fairly high fever. Well, Jess reached out this afternoon asking if I could give her a ride to pick up her son from school. I said I wouldn't be able to do so due to my own child being sick, and I didn't want to bring her out of the house if I didn't have to. Plus, I'm not trying to get others sick. She understood, and then followed up by asking if she could take my car since it's just sitting today. I said no. There are a few thoughts behind this, but ultimately it comes down to two main points. A. My car is a manual transmission. She has told me in the past that she has only driven a manual once, and it was when she was a teenager. I'm not trying to have my car be her guinea pig to try and relearn a manual transmission, especially without me in the car with her. B. I'm not comfortable letting others borrow my car. It's a massive liability. She was taken aback when I said no to her request. She was able to arrange a ride to go pick up her son from school, but she'll be in the same situation on Monday when her son has school again. While I feel bad for her situation of only having one car and the needs for the car changing, I don't feel like I should be responsible for supplying a second vehicle for her to use. I'm not totally opposed to helping pick up her son from school, since that seems to be when she needs the most help, but I'm not comfortable loaning my car out either. So am I the jerk? Now on to the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot at all. You need your car, even if you aren't using it. What if your daughter's fever spiked suddenly and you needed to get her to the doctor? Honestly, it's good you said no, because it sounds to me like she was testing the waters for future car favours from you. She managed to solve her own problem just fine without imposing on you. Maybe her husband can get her a nice used car with his fancy promotion. Comment 2. Info. I feel bad for her situation of only having one car and the needs for the car changing. Why? Her situation has nothing to do with you, and I don't see anything here stopping her from just buying her own car. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Your A and B reasons are exactly why lending her the car would be a bad idea. They should have planned ahead and figured something out, like getting a second car now that he has a promotion. Now for the next story. For those who don't know, a boo basket is a romantic autumn-themed gift basket given to partners in October. A few weeks ago, my girlfriend mentioned and showed me what a boo basket was on TikTok. She said how cute it was and expressed her desire to receive one as autumn is her favourite season. For context, we are a couple of teen students. I somewhat hesitated and explained how I didn't think people actually did that. However, she persisted, saying everyone does it. I'm quite romantic and don't believe that random gifts like this are an issue. However, the next paragraph explains my current problems with this and why it feels like a petty issue to me. Currently being students, I work 3 hours a week and live with my single-parent father. I don't earn much and he isn't particularly wealthy either. Next month, I have my girlfriend's birthday, followed by our anniversary 2 days after. I asked her out 2 days after her birthday. Dumb move on my part. She has mentioned that she wants a Pandora ring, which I want to get her, but I need to save up for it. So I have been trying to limit my spending lately to be able to afford it. She knows that I don't have much money to spare. On the contrary, she receives a lot of financial support from her well-off parents. She has already told me that she has a huge list of things to get me for our year anniversary and Christmas, some gifts being in the triple figures. This puts a lot of pressure on me as I don't think the value of our gifts will be comparable, which makes me feel awful. Given this situation, I don't want to be spending more money on gifts. I regularly buy her flowers and small things, like lunch when she needs them, but I don't receive anything in return. I asked her why I don't get a boo basket, and she said it's too much effort and that girlfriends don't do that. However, she continues to become more and more obsessed with it, constantly asking me when she's getting her boo basket. I try to say no, but she gets upset and I feel guilty, especially after seeing her best friend receive one in their relationship. I've tried to explain that I can't afford it and later offered to take her to the cinema instead, which I feel is more worth the money and I could ask my dad for help, but she responds with, "No, you can't afford it." I've tried politely saying no and expressing that I can't afford it, and quite frankly, I don't even want to. Am I the idiot? Now here are the comments. Comment 1, not the idiot. She seems very incapable of understanding your financial situation and lacks empathy for your position. Also, the baskets are unisex. Like it's literally a Halloween version of an Easter basket, just candy and junk. And she wasn't even willing to do one for you because it was too much effort. Yikes. You're young. Save yourself the heartache and save your money. Find someone that values you for who you are, not for what you can buy them. Comment 2. not the idiot, and I would be sorely tempted to be petty and repeat her words back to her. She said, "It's too much effort." If a simple basket is too much effort now, getting a job to help support herself and doing house cleaning might also be too much effort. You're young at this stage in life. Dating is practice and learning about boundaries with partners. It may be that this relationship has run its course. Comment 3. Not the idiot. The vast majority of the world has no idea what boo baskets are. This is not a thing, and if more people refused to participate in things like gender reveal parties, elf on a shelf, and a multitude of other soul-destroying gimmicks, they would disappear as quickly as they appeared. Stay strong and say no to the boo basket. The name itself makes me want to hurl. Now for the next story. I am 16 years old and my brother is 17 years old, Michael. My brother is lazy and a heavy sleeper. He has to be constantly woken up in the mornings, a habit he has had for years. I recently got my license, so it is now my responsibility to drive him and myself to school, since he cannot drive and does not want to. I set a clear rule with him at the beginning of this year that I will not constantly wake him up, and he will wake up to his own alarm. The rule was, if you are not in my car by 7:55, you're getting yourself to school. And he agreed. I was fine for the first week, but slowly I noticed that he would be in a rush and not wake up as early as he used to. Recently, he's been ignoring alarms and sleeping in. He simply does not care about going to school sometimes. I stuck to my rule and leave at 7:55. My mum gets upset with me because no one else in my house can drive him to school while she is at work, so he ends up staying home all day and forgetting about his work at home. He has missed full weeks of school because of this. Should I just give in and start waking him up again, or should I let my mum be mad and let him deal with it? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. He is responsible for his own actions, not you. It's not your job to get him up. If mum wants him up, she can call him or work something else out with him to make this happen. Funny how he isn't the one being more adult here, even though he is older. Not the idiot. He needs to understand his actions have consequences. Comment 2. Not the idiot. How is he getting to school before you got your license? When he realizes he's late, does he not have a bike he can ride or public transportation he can take? Your mum is responsible for his laziness. She can take him or deal with the cops when they show up because of his truancy. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Repeat after me, this is not your problem. It's your mum's task to discipline and parent her own son. She can't delegate this role to you. Besides, if you wait for your brother to be ready, you'd lose lessons too. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.